it should start streaming now. Cool. All right. Now we got two. Cool. YouTube and Twitter. Um, now the last one. Scroll to end. I agree. Um, yes. Virtual camera? No. Okay, fine. Um, all right. All right. There you go. All right. Cool. 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 There you go. All right. Um, there's something wrong with this. There's something wrong with this. There's something wrong with this. Uh, 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 video audio input. Okay. This is working now. Test. 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 Dress, 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 All right. 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 Right. So 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 um that's 1 to 3. 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 That's 1. It's not working. 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 It's not Mom's video webcam. All right. That's why isn't it not working? I don't understand. Is it working now? That's 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. I cannot show you the guys. OBS virtual camera. Maybe I can use that. Okay. There you go. Is it working now? Can you guys hear me? That's 1, 2, 3. All right, I do not know if you guys can hear me or not. Say something if you can hear me, or give me a text. All right. You guys are ridiculous. All right. What am I looking at this now? Okay. I'm just gonna close many of this stuff here. Okay. All right, okay, enough. I'm gonna start discussing what I think I'm kind of bullish on. So if you guys know stablecoin, right? So stablecoin has been one of the the number one product market fit for crypto, right? And then now there's a just recently launched stablecoin called Plasma. This is the website. Please, this is not financial advice. Yeah, Plasma basically is layer one built for stablecoin, and it's working closely with USDT. By the way, if you wanna read, I already write a Substack on Substack about Plasma. Why I kind of bullish with precaution, because nothing is guaranteed in this crypto world, right? Again, do your own like research. I'm just gonna drop it on the text for you guys if you want to read. Where is that? Hmm. Okay, here we go. That's the plasma bullish thesis. Their token is XLP, I think, whatever. Maybe I can hold on. Display capture, window capture. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, whatever. All right, go back to here. What I'm going to say. Yeah, I think I'm bullish on plasma because it's um, they're working closely with USDT, and then USDT is the number one stable coin by market cap by far. Right. So if you look at to CoinGecko, the market share on by the categories on stablecoin, right? So USDT is number one, like 175 billion. Number two is USDC, 73 billion. So it's far, right? It's like almost double and even like triple. So if you go to Plasma website, they work closely with USDT. Shit. And then if you look at the everything is there. The revenue of the most number one like revenue means like how much money is of all the use cases in crypto, right? There's many use cases. There's stablecoin, there's exchanges, there's perpetual exchanges, there's spot exchanges, there's NFTs marketplace, and even NFT marketplace is breaking down into several nuances. The same thing as decentralized exchanges do. There's traditional automated market maker. There's proprietary automated market maker, which is like right now in Solana is like becoming a trend. So basically, it's exchanges, NFT marketplace, DeFi, of course, decentralized finance for banking, lending, and all that stuff like collateral, right? The number one use case is it's by far of all the revenue. If you look at the revenue, it's like the money, how much money they're generating, right? How much like kind of also like earnings, or how much like profit. Because at the end of the day, you can build all of these applications all you want, right? You can look at the developers. The number of developers is also important, of course, right? But if it's not generating money, then the business is not sustainable, right? Meaning like in the near future or in the future, like it's gonna die, right? It's gonna go bankrupt. And all this crypto is basically a startup, and most startups gonna die. It's like 90% or 95%. The statistic, the data is dead. So yeah. So again, the number one revenue in terms of revenue and earnings of all of these use cases is for stablecoin, right? So this is why I think stablecoin is really important, especially U.S. Has under Trump has been like signing this Genius Act. Basically, right? It's basically an act that basically U.S. wants to become the leader in digital currency and wants to like enhance their U.S. global reserve currency, right? So they're gonna support this initiative. Whoever doing like I think U.S. stablecoin is going to be supported by this current administration. I'm not sure about the next, but at least for now. So that's the number one reason I think it's really good for this layer one to concentrate on just on stablecoin. And then from the past history, Tron has been historically like winning just by focusing on USDT, right? Tron by Justin Sun. their number one like revenue generating is just payment using USDT. So there's that. But again, there's a competition going on, right? So Plasma is a newly launched like layer one. There's another competition coming in, which is from Tempo. Where is Tempo? Yeah, so that's Plasma. Tempo is by this guy Matt Huang, right? So he's the founder, the project lead of Tempo, and they're working closely with Stripe, basically. So Tempo is basically gonna also launch layer 1 too, specifically for payment system. So basically competing head to heads with but they haven't launched yet. There is not live yet, right? They haven't launched. So what's this notifications? Okay, I'm being followed by so many stuff. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, okay, this is again our news. Worldly beneath financial to pair tokenized with the stablecoin. Yeah. So remember how Amazon started in Web 2 business, right? We're talking about Web 3. Now we're going back to Web 2, right? Zoom out. Amazon start by selling books. Why selling books? Because I think books is the most like widely. I haven't done a lot of research, but I think books is the most widely kind of like maybe for buy and sell, and it's the easiest because it's cheap, right? Because people used to be like afraid to buy stuff online, so when they buy books, maybe it's like $10, $20 maximum, or $30, right? Instead of maybe buying like computer, right? Because people back then like they still like kind of afraid, right? Like, what is Amazon? If I put my credit card online, who's gonna like steal my credit card and all that stuff? So Amazon pick books is a very strategic the way I think Jeff Bezos pick book, because it's like low value, so there's not a lot of risk for people to buy books for the first time. Even though some people still like back then 20 years ago still like afraid, right? But still like low value compared to other maybe stuff, right? And then it's like it can compete head to head directly with a physical store like Barnes and Noble, or back then what's the other one? Borders, yeah. So because in digital, if you sell stuff online, basically you can literally sell books infinity, like unlimited, right? If you go to a physical store, like to library or even to Borders, to Barnes and Noble, physical bookstore, there's only like X number amount of books, right? So the amount of books is limited, right? There's only like 1,000 or 10,000 or even like 1 million, maybe. I don't know what's the largest like bookstore in the world. Maybe you can only put like 1 million physical bookstore, but Amazon can literally put like a billion book if they want to, right? It's just a matter of just putting more server, right? And like maybe just like hard drive, right? So it's like infinity. So that's why it's very strategic the way Amazon pick books. It's like they're already, it's already a proven kind of in the physical store. It's already proven that books is already selling pretty well or quite well. Because there's Barnes and Noble, there's Borders, and there's like library. People go to libraries, right? And then they cannot compete with an online store, which is providing basically infinity, unlimited collection of books, right? So that's why I think it's very, very smart for Jeff Bezos to pick books, right? The same thing here in crypto or Web3, why I think Plasma and then now Tempo, and could be many others like even on layer 2, or even Solana now, or even WFOY, right? Everybody's like going into this stablecoin because it's already proven like there is a market for people want US dollar stable coin all around the world, because the fact is, even though US is like declining empire, like many people said, which I believe too, the past like 10, 15 years, still US dollar is still the global reserve currency. Maybe it's like 40% market share, so to speak. It used to be like maybe 60%. But if you look at the data, like on this chart, right? So on Tether, right? If you look at just Tether, USDT, right? If you look at the market cap, let's see market cap. You see that it's crazy. It's exponential, right? It's from literally from zero to like right now $175 billion, right? And many of the uses of USDT, if you read my Substack or any other research. By the way, there's another research that I want you to look at by um, I think DeFi Llama. Yeah, check it out on DeFi Llama. Um, it's a really good research if you wanna if you have a time to do it. Um, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Just okay. Let's see. Yeah, this guy, TL Research. Yeah, yeah. They just put on a research on why they're kind of bullish on plasma. Although they kind of bias. Um, I couldn't find it, but you just go to their threads. You'll find it. Yeah. So DL Research here. Um, yeah. So where am I going with this? Um, yeah, that's the reason, right? So it's I'm drawing an analogy with the web too. Why Jeff Bezos picked like books first is because it's already like proven the product market fit in a physical bookstore like Barnes and Noble library, or even um, what is called that Borders, right? And then two is like a quite a low risk because it's already proven the product market fit, so it's low risk to enter that space, right? And so it's like in Silicon Valley or venture capitalists, it's like low risk but high return, right? It's called asymmetric bet. So you put a little bit of amount of money, like $10, but that $10 could go up to like 100x or 1,000x, right? Because the reward could be like 100, 1,000x, right? The same thing is like books is like considered low risk because it's already proven, right? That's why it's a low risk. And then it's high asymmetric bet. Is mean the reward is could be like substantial, which is to be proven to be true because in online store you can basically sell unlimited amount of books and unlimited collection of books compared to the physical bookstore, right? So the same thing if you go back to the Web3 right now, US dollar USDT has already proven, and then USDT is already proven there is a market share. There is a people wanting this, especially people in the high inflation countries, right? I'm not even talking about in the US, local US. I'm talking about international, right? Outside the US. So people in the high inflation countries like Venezuela, Bolivia, even Indonesia, even maybe Philippines, Argentina, Nepal, in basically where the government is kind of corrupt because they can just keep on printing money like crazy. Even though in some respect that's also happening in the US too. That's why many people also like in the US goes into crypto, right? But that's another point. Um, so so it's the same thing as book. It's already proven people wanting this, right? US dollar stablecoin wanting this. So when Plasma and soon Tempo is going to launch too, and another layer two, I forgot what its name. I think there's another layer one. I think Arc. I think it's backed by Circle, and then there's another layer two. I forgot what it's called. Anyway, I'm tired. um, yeah. So where am I going? So uh, proven product market fit, and there's also asymmetric bet because in it's low risk, and why is it high return? Because look at what USDT has done, right? So it has been from zero to now 175 billion within like 2018. So within 7 years, 175 billion, right? From zero to 18 to 2025, and looks like the chart is just keep on going up, right? There's no slowing down. It's slowing down a little bit here. I think this during the crash of the FTX maybe, right? 2021 and over here, and then we just keep on going up. Um, yeah, and if you look think about it, it's like what is most people also is like low has a low risk appetite, right? People who are into crypto is like the outliers. I would say they have a high risk appetite. But most of my friends they don't want to go into crypto because they think it's too high risk, right? So, but U.S. stable coin is it's not high risk. It's back 1 to 1. Like it's just on crypto rails. Even for them, from them, their point of view is like, oh yeah, I'll take it because the settlement is instant, it's fast, it's only like I can send my money to, for example, to Indonesia, Philippines within like seconds instead of days, right? So it's more convenient also for international people, even people from the US too. They will realize it this sooner or later, right? So this is why like 170 billion is still, I think, is just gonna keep on going up because uh, if you think about it, it's like the market is like okay, except maybe China, right? There's like 6 billion people in the world right now. So minus China, minus one is like 5 billion, right? Um, right. And then I feel like USDT is for international market and USDC is for local, for just US market, which is only 350 million people. So so when Plasma work with USDT, that's maybe it's a more likely good kind of like good also leverage entry point rather than working with USDC because USDT is already proven, right? And in the international market. Um, okay, let's see if you have any questions. Nothing, no questions. Um, okay, okay, it's shooting up again. Okay, every time my screen is going back up again. Um, how do I see how many people are watching this? Oh, 25. Okay, cool, fine. Hmm. Okay, guys. I hope I don't get unfollowed by you guys just shilling who I follow with. What is this? All right, guys. If you have no questions, I'm gonna leave. Um, so again, I have no intention to sell. As of now, I do not know. I just do this because I just want to share my knowledge. I generally don't trade. I invest. So I do deep research. That's all. And then I just like buy the token and just like leave it for 5, 10 years, whatever, until I really need it. Um, yeah. Nobody wants to go on live? Okay. Maybe the other one. Okay. The other one that I'm bullish on is this project, USD AI. Why? In a nutshell, basically, um, you can read it on your own. But okay, this is cool. It's owned by like CoinDesk. They also own Con backers. Okay, cool. Um, Basically, it's a US dollar stablecoin, but it's the backing of it. I think part of it is at US Treasuries, and but the other one is like for AI infrastructure, especially for so financing AI infrastructure for inferencing. So you can read about it over here. Oops, it's not fun. Shoot. No. This one. Let's see. That's a bullish website. You just go to the USDAI website. So it's backed by um, I trust Dragonfly. High framework, maybe. I trust more Dragonfly VC. So this is a famous VC. YCI Labs is used to be from I think Binance Lab. Yeah, I kind of trust, but I trust this the most because I trust Hasib. Is one of the partner. He's like very I think altruistic. Yo Hasib, I mentioned you Hasib. So let's go here. I'll show it to you the website, and you can read all about it right on your own. So basically, there you go. This one. Oh, okay, so this is the thesis basically. So AI is a real thing, right? AI is just going to be even more and powerful as we go towards the future, or even not, right now it's already like powerful. And AI needs engine. The engine is the NVIDIA GPU, right? By far is like the leader, right? And there are two things. How So AI is basically is using an algorithm. It's called large language model, the famous one. We just going to call it algorithm, right? So, but in order to generate to make an algorithm, AI algorithm, you need to train it, right? In order to train it, you need big computing resources, right? You need energy and you need engine, which is the GPU, right? But after you train it, you kind of deploy the AI algorithm in the real world, and then you can harness it, right? You can like on ChatGPT is or in Google Gemini or in Kling.ai, it uses all of this like they call it AI algorithm or AI foundation model. Use it for inferencing. So every time you prompt something, if you had never prompt, then Just try Google Gemini. It's free, right? Even ChatGPT, there's a free version, right? Every time you ask something or prompt, or prompt is like the same thing as like asking questions. There's a differences, but for the sake of simplicity, it's the same as asking question. Every time you prompt or asking questions, that's called the algorithm, right? The algorithm is being trained. Just think about this like an engine. Every time you ask something, or think about this like a human. Every time you ask something, it will give you an answer, or it will give you feedback. That process basically of answering, of asking and answering, especially the answering, it's called inferencing, right? I know it's a buzzword, blah blah blah, but take just if you see the word inference, it's just called answering a question or answering a prompt from algorithm, from the brain of the AI, right? So this answering, every time the the AI answers something from your questions, it also needs energy, or it has a cost to it, right? So so this basically USDAI basically is saying that this cost in the future is gonna make more money, or is gonna generate a lot of money than the training itself, because the training at one point is gonna kind of like dies down, it's gonna slow down, like going down, and then the existing engine, the like the 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old, or 5 years old, the one that cannot be used anymore for training, because normally the training every year it needs new and more powerful engine. This old engine, or the GPU, so to speak, the NVIDIA GPU, or it could be another GPU made by a different company. It can be used too for inferencing. It can be used to answer, as an engine, to answer all of these prompts that we ask from ChatGPT or Google Gemini. So that's basically the thesis of USDAI. So all the money that you put into this app is being used to finance, to buy, basically, I think, the GPU for inference specific use case, not for training, but for inferencing. That's what it is. So you can read all about it here, right? So Elon Musk says like, so this guy, right? Martin Shkreli, whatever, it's only 5 years, and then and then after that, it's going to be used for inferencing workloads, right? And then there's this one, GWRT, is a bit more complicated. It's basically a receipts. Basically, every time you kind of like the business, like, because the business owns the GPU, and if the data center wants to rent, right, the business can loan it, and then the data center will give a receipts. That receipts is called GWRT, basically, and then that's being used as like as like an enforceable receipt, right? Meaning whoever has that receipt by law, enforceable by law, has the backing of the U.S. government, or I think this is we're talking primarily in the U.S. That if I have the receipts, then I have the rights of the GPU in that particular data center, or in that particular warehouse. It's like the same thing as like when you buy a car, right, or you buy a house, you got this receipts, right, from your seller, right, or from the bank, whoever, right? A receipt that says the car belongs to you, like Honda Accord belongs to you, or this house at this address belongs to you. So even though like you put your car like out in the public park, and somebody claim, oh, this is my car, but you can go to the police, right? Right, and then you can show your receipt, and the police will honor that because that receipt is like enforceable by law, right? So no, anybody cannot just like steal your car away from you, right? They have to give it back to you if you can show that receipt as a proof. So the same thing applies here as GWRT. It's basically a receipts for somebody who wants to rent GPU from a business, basically. Right? So, yep. All right. Okay. I think I'm done now. How do I join chat? Is it? No. Okay. All right. What else can I say to you? Yeah. So right now the USD the cap is rich. So if you're interested, you have to wait until the next window to deposit, right? Man, you guys are just keep on pumping my token, huh? That's crazy. Oh man, I don't know. I might regret doing this just for pumping the token. Okay, whatever. I mean, I appreciate you guys sharing all of this thing, like, but yeah, okay. I just don't like this like shilling like stuff. Basically, it's not my intention to shield stuff. But okay, it is what it is. My intention is just to share my knowledge, and my intention is not to shield. All right. I think I'm done now. I have to go. I need to go do something. I'll see you guys. Cheers. Okay, I'm gonna end this. Okay, done. All right, see you guys. How do I do this?